It's finally here. It's Tuesday, 8 p.m. It's time for CCUK Resin Q&A Live, sponsored by apexresin.co.uk. Don't forget, use my discount code CCUK, save some money. That's right, tonight and every Tuesday at 8 p.m. we're going live on the only resin talk show where you meet your favourite artists and creators behind the gloves. CCUK Resin Q&A Live. We'll be talking with fellow resin artists and creators and answering all of your questions live. Make sure you stick around. Ask all your questions in caps lock, get involved, share this video with your friends and family, and enjoy the show. And with that, I'd also like to take a moment to say a massive thank you to everyone that supported this channel, guests, sponsors, members, and subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. We all grow together. The more questions you ask, the better the live will be. To be creative and ask away. Make sure at the end of the video you give it a thumbs up and comment. That's how we all keep growing. But for now, sit back, grab a drink, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi everyone, and we're a minute early tonight. Would you believe it? I only played you that clip just the once. I thought you'd suffered enough. I am so excited. If you're with us on YouTube or if you're with us on Insta or Facebook, wherever you are in the world, this is going to be a great live. So you're not going to want to miss out. We've got an amazing lady. We've got Laura Usher coming on from laurasartcorner.net, and I'm so excited to find out about her journey, how she's turned a passion into a business, as well as the artist behind it all. So I hope you're all excited. But before we start, I just want to say you've got about 40 minutes if you want to enter my giveaway. So if you missed it the other day, I did a quick live, and I'm doing 30 days of giveaways. Every day there's going to be a chance for you to win a piece of my art wherever you are in the world. And I'm doing it every day. The first short went out yesterday. All you had to do is subscribe, share it, put in comments, hashtag CCUK Resin, and hashtag We All Grow Together, which is what this show's all about. So if you haven't entered, you've got about 60 minutes, and we're going to draw the first winner live on the show. But before we go any further, remember, questions in caps lock, because Lisa will tell me off if you don't. And that's how we keep track of the questions. But here she is. It's Laura. Hello, Laura.
Hello, everybody.
I told you she was here. There was no technical difficulties, nothing to panic about.
I'm pretty techie for an old woman.
You're not old.
I am.
But now, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Glad to be here. Nervous?
Oh, always. But I'm ready to do my shot now. Can I do this?
You can do your shot if you want to do your shot, yeah.
Where's
I'll do coffee.
Okay.
It's a work night. Cheers. Everyone's saying you're gorgeous in chat, Laura. So I think you've got some fans coming in already. I can see we've got Amy, we've got Dawn as well, all the way from Hawaii. We've got Nicole in as well. We've got Petrin. There's loads already. We've already got 24 in chat, so you've got some fans.
I've always called Petra. I didn't know it was
Petty until the other week.
Well, Petty, yeah, that's like a nickname, right?
I think so, yeah. But I know there's two artists called Petra that are we're both on the same live. So yeah. I only found that out myself the other week.
Yeah. Hey, Renee.
But no, we get Renee's in as well. Yeah, we've got Lisa. We've got Stormy as well. We've got Lula. Who else have we got? Steph. Loads. So we've already got 25 in. Oh, and again, it's amazing that these are growing, because I think it's great to just get new channels out there, new audiences. But this is all about you. This is all about your channel, your shop. So I want you to take us back to when it all started, and I suppose what first got you into it.
The actual shop. I was in a group with a friend, and then she had a group and invited me to her group, and that was Fluid Arts with Susanna Danks, and she's the owner of Larez Expression.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to be real good friends through that group, and she asked me to admin it, you know, and then she started selling the pigments, and she actually started with 13 pigments.
Wow.
Yeah. And
how many she got now?
Oh, I don't. Well, that side is hers.
I'm so jealous. I saw that when you came on the camera, and I'm like,
I'll show you.
I need that in my life.
These are hers. These are hers. And these are mine.
Wow. So many. Too
Yeah.
much choice.
Yeah. So, yeah, she started off with 13 pigments, and from the get-go, Louise.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
We've got Louise in. I've never spoke to Louise, and I think it's the first time she's popped into a live. So, hello, Louise. You're an amazing artist as well. I'd love to get you on the show one week. Email me.
She should definitely get on.
Yeah. I've been following her for a long time. So, amazing art as well. And I love her experiments and creativity as well.
Yeah,
it's great.
She's very, very creative. But anyway, yeah, she started off with 13 pigments, and I told her, we have pigment companies here in the United States. What we don't have is pastes. And so I said, that's where you need to focus on. And so she started getting paste, and right away we started getting sales right away. Yeah.
Well, they're amazing. I mean, I've only tried 2 of them, which you very generously sent me in that box.
Oh, well, those are the 2 major ones, white
which
and
is
black.
the Midnight Black and the Angel White, I think.
Yes. Yep.
And they're what I used. Have you had your delivery yet?
Yes. I told you.
Did you like it?
In the email. I have not opened it. So it's right here. It's right here. I'm going to open it.
Well, you haven't opened the bloom yet.
Look. They're still
because that was mainly those 2 pigments, if you remember, and it came out great. So, I get to see your reaction live now. So it's in one of those envelopes.
Which one do you want me to open first?
I don't know, because some of them are the pieces that you bid on in the auction. But obviously one of them's that special coaster.
Well, the coaster turned out beautiful.
Oh, it was amazing. And that was mainly those 2 pigments with a bit of your, I think it was your gold powder that I put in with the white to create that almost glittery effect, but it's very faint. It's really cool. Oh, there it is.
This is the one.
That's the one. Did you like it? Do you like
beautiful.
it?
Beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I hope you use it every day.
What's that?
You've got to use it every day. That's the rule.
Yeah, okay. Well, here.
So whether it's a coffee, whether it's a shot, it can go, oh, wine, even better.
It's going to match.
Yeah, perfect. But no, I'm glad it finally got there as well, because I always worry when I post to the States, because some states it takes a week, other states it takes 3 or 4 weeks. It's crazy.
Right. Isn't that crazy? I just shipped off something to someone that's in the service. So she's over in, oh gosh, Iran, Israeli.
Wow.
She's over there somewhere. Maybe, what's that other country? UAE or something? What do they call that?
Yeah, United Arab Emirates.
Yep. I think that's where she's at. Oh.
Oh, that was the little French bulldog that you bid on. Yeah.
He's so cute.
Slightly marbled as well, that one. But very faint.
Adorable.
I can't remember what else you got,
Is that
actually.
a French bulldog?
Is it what? Yeah, it's a French bulldog, that one.
Yeah. I met one on a plane one time.
Really?
That's a little paw.
Oh, that was an extra piece I think I just threw in.
like
Always like to
Christmas.
throw in something extra.
Feels like Christmas.
I know, it's great, isn't it? I love it when I get a mystery delivery that I'm not expecting, and it's like, oh, what's in the box?
Oh.
What
Are
was
these
that?
with the new colors?
Yeah, so that was the flame bloom that you did. You bid on that, but I love the back on that. It's almost a glittery white.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oh,
Very
Amy's saying
pretty.
she's in Kuwait, so there you go.
Kuwait.
Kuwait. Yeah.
All right.
Got 3 people saying Kuwait, so it's probably in Kuwait. But yeah,
Yeah, so
I mean,
I sent one to her, and when I was doing it through pirate ship, it didn't want to take the address, you know, because we actually mail it here, and it goes somewhere here, and then the Army ships it over. So she gets the U.S. shipping rate,
yeah,
and then they ship it over there, and then I guess they pick it up from the postal or whatever and deliver it. And she actually works in the actual post office for the service or whatever over there.
yeah.
Yep. And I ordered this cutie pie.
Oh, that was the chameleon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was just, that was a drip mold with just loads of random different colors in it. But I love the eyes on it. They're very strange to me. The eyes, they could have done them pointier for me.
They're cute.
Yeah, but I hope you like it.
Yeah. What do you call this?
Chameleon, I think.
I need to get a mold like that. I think it's cute.
Yeah. Well, my girls got me that for my birthday back in February. That so.
Cute.
And I was 21 for the 22nd time. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never get past 21. But no, it's amazing to have you on. So let's go back to your story now. We've done those openings, and now I know that you like the coaster. That is a relief, because yours came out first time, and I was amazed. Renee, who bid on one as well, that took 4 attempts to get it right.
Well, we all know Renee. She's a little. Is she there? She's there, right?
She's here somewhere.
She's a little special.
Yeah. Well, do you know, I think everybody in this community is, and that's why
she really is. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and with yours and Renee's, because you bid to raise money for obviously Mary's granddaughter, Riley. The fact that you both bid, I think it was $120 for one of my coasters. I was mind blown.
I paid $125 because you told me if I wanted one after Renee bid me. Remember, we were fighting on that.
Yeah, I remember now. And I was a cowboy.
Her and Tammy were beating up on me. So you said, well, Laura, if you want one, you can buy one for $125. And that's what I did.
Yeah. Well, I hope you think it's worth it, and I hope you like it.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad. But let's go back to your story then. So you got introduced through fluid art. Then when was your first resin piece, I suppose, and how did you sort of go into resin?
Well, it was actually from my first successful fluid acrylic pour.
Okay.
You know, you always want that cell, you know, and I would just keep doing these and pouring over them and everything, and nothing. It was my 13th attempt. And
wow,
someone had told me their recipe, and he was so sweet. His name was Rick Rogers. And he gave me his recipe.
That's the same surname as me. I might know him. Might be related.
And you might be. He's up in Canada, though. He's on the west coast of Canada.
Distant relative.
He does some amazing stuff. He did. Well, okay, we're not going to go there because it's supposed to be about me. Anyway, but he did give me his secret formula, and it worked. And when I created this piece, it had like all kinds of this. I wish I had it here. I don't know where it's at, but it had like sea creatures in it. And
wow.
And then every pour after that, I would see all kinds of things in my pores, you know, little faces and creatures and stuff, mostly sea creatures. So
that's amazing though. When you do a pour, when you look at it afterwards, it's like I did I think it was a bloom tray, and on the back, the way the resin pulled in, it just left what looked like a little white angel on the in the center of the tray, and I was just like, how?
Yep.
So you got into resin.
Before I got into resin, I wanted to resin over that. So to that story, I found this girl who lived in Indiana, and I offered to pay her to come, and I'd stay at a hotel, and then she could show me how to do resin. And she was in our group as well. and another group that we were in together. But anyway, and we did a live, and that's how I became the traveling artist. After that, I would meet friends that I met online and go to their house, and we would do lives, and we started off with a shot. So that's how I started fluid, pour, and resin.
Okay. And talk to me about, I suppose, how it's developed over the years, because you've done it for quite a few years, haven't you now?
Oh, I've done it, yeah, for about 10 years now. And,
wow.
Yeah, it got to my hands, though. So I had to stop for a while.
Right.
It was really bad. The dermatitis.
Was that the mixing, or was that the resin having an effect?
I think it was resin. Well, okay, so the dermatologist did not want me to quit resin, so he was advocating for me. So he was looking for everything possible that I was allergic to. And it turned out I was allergic to resin, rubber, and fragrances.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well, I use the best gloves. I use the super thick nitrile gloves. And
black ones,
he said, but people don't realize that rubber is in every glove. It's even in the elastic in your clothing and stuff like that. So sometimes when I wear something with elastic on it, I'll get a little rash from it.
Really? So, have you tried different ones? Because I know that they're all made up of slightly different chemical compositions.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of them.
Right.
I've even tried the ones at the doctor's office. I figure if I'm paying $50 to go to the doctor, I'll steal a few gloves.
I don't mean the gloves. I mean different resins, because different resins are all different formulas.
Oh, yeah. I got a ton of different resins laying over here.
Yeah.
There was one that was made by Counterculture? No, not Counterculture. It was Countertop Epoxy.
Okay.
They're in Colorado. And they did make one that didn't give me a reaction, but what happened is I think I used a cheap one first that was someone else was using or something.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I got a reaction from it. And then after that, it was a little gradual, more and more.
I think it does very much depend on the resin as well, because I used to have little reactions when I used to get the really cheap ones from Temu, and I did that. Most of us start down that route and then learn better. But you don't know what's in them. And I was getting weird reactions after doing a couple of pours. But since I've changed to a different resin, more quality resin, then I think it makes a big difference. And I can pour literally all day, and it won't cause any problems now. So, and I use the one from Apex, which is obviously in the UK. But again, I've not had any, I've poured literally from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night and not had a reaction to it. So I think it does depend on what goes into that resin.
Well, after using, I don't know how many different steroid creams for my hands. I mean, my hands looked horrible. They would like crack open and bleed. And anytime I'd eat something with my hand, it would get in there. I couldn't do dishes. So now my husband has to do dishes. But,
okay.
Which
he's your dishwasher.
Yeah. And I feel guilty about it sometimes. But anyway.
Do you do the cooking? Or do you share the cooking?
Oh, I always do the cooking, yeah.
Well, that's only fair then. If you do the cooking, he does the dishes. That's how it should go.
Gary, can you hear that? Anyway.
See, normally when I have a date now and they come around and I make meals, I have to do the cooking and the dishwashing, which I think is a bit too much. Right.
It should be split.
Yeah, definitely. 50-50. That's the way a relationship or a date should work in my mind.
Yeah. Well, so now they have me on Dupixent. My insurance, after 4 years, finally approved me for Dupixent, and it works. It works.
Wow.
I can do resin now.
Good. Well, I'm glad you can.
Yeah.
that again, I've seen a few of your videos, not many of them, if I'm being honest, because I try and watch everyone's videos, but I'll be honest, with running the channel, working full time, having a life, trying to have a life, that's taking the back seat at the minute. There's just not enough hours in the day. And I think that's what people don't realize until they start doing things like YouTube. They don't realize a 20, 30-minute video can take 3 or 4 hours of editing.
With all the editing and all that stuff? And then you forget something like my first video back. I completely forget. So I'm going to mention this now, that this beautiful box that I did with this.
Oh, wow.
Wood, isn't it beautiful? Look at this.
Is that an interresin mold?
No.
Wow. Okay.
It's made by KD's Craft Corner.
It's lovely.
I forgot to mention her name, and I feel really guilty. But see the bottom of it? There's a little heart down in the middle. It's really pretty.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
I love it.
This remind me of some of the interresin ones because they do similar types of molds.
Interresin has some beautiful molds too. Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. If you get a good mold and you've got quality resin, doesn't matter what you do to it, it won't go wrong.
Right. And you just can keep making a whole bunch of those and selling them because they'll sell. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you about that later on, actually, is obviously you've got your store, which is mainly your pigments and everything else. And they're amazing, by the way. So if anybody hasn't checked out Laura's Art Corner, go to laurasartcorner.net and check her out. Amazing pigments, especially my favorite at the minute is the Candy Apple Blossom Red. It is. I've not seen a red like it. It is stunning.
If anybody tries to order it now, it's not in there, but it's on order, so it'll be here pretty quick.
Yeah. And just so you guys know in chat as well, that I know the questions are starting to come through. We're not going to start the questions just yet, but they are being logged, and then we're going to come back to them once we've had a bit more of a conversation. So none of them will get forgotten. And I'm trying to do it properly this week because Lisa keeps telling me off for jumping the gun and reading out the questions as I see them. That's why I've got mods to keep me in line. But yeah, so obviously your store is mainly, what made you set up the store first of all?
Well, actually she wanted me to because she wanted somebody to represent her, and she knew that, you know, I was good with people, and we had actually been taking some United States orders, and we gave them a coupon code that said Laura in there or something. And so whenever they sent their order through to her over in Australia, then when it had that code on there, she knew it needed to go to me. And she would package the orders up, and then I'd have to repackage them to send them out here in the United States. So so they got free shipping if they ordered through my code, and then they just paid for the shipping from the United States. So it was a lot better. Yeah.
Tim's saying a comment there, but he's done it in capitals, so we're going to come back to that. So it's like a question, but it's more of a comment, but I'll come back to that in a second. So talk to me about those first few steps in setting up a store, because surely you had to reach out to different suppliers, things like that, and actually find different products that you were happy with.
Right. Well, when I first started, like I said, she had 13 pigments, and I wanted to have some glitters that I had already been using for my own art. And it's German glass glitter. And I just love it. It's just something special about it. And it's easy to clean up. You can just wipe it up. It doesn't stick to your skin or anything. And so I had glass glitter. I don't remember how many I started off with, but I probably got about 35 now. But I've got over 400 glitters now.
And you've got the slightly, they're almost like a mix, I think, between an iridescent flake and an iridescent powder as well. Because she sent me a couple of those, and they're really cool.
Right. There's dual shift. I have dual shift. I have some that are, rather than the little circles, they're like triangles and just different shapes, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I decided to get into the polyesters and expand my horizon a little bit. And it's all over my floor.
Yeah.
It's all over my face. I go to school in the morning, and the kids would
you got glitter everywhere. No, I know that feeling.
Miss Usher, do you realize you have glitter on your face? I said,
it's worse if you're a man though, Laura, because I go to work sometimes and I've got mica in my beard or glitter in my beard, and everyone's like, did you dress up last night and go out for a drink? And I'm like, no, I was doing resin art. But it does, because if you're like brushing a mold or something like that, even if you've got a respirator on, sometimes you'll just miss a bit or it will just settle there, and then you take it off and then you get little lines of mica or glitter.
Right.
So yeah.
Too funny. That's hilarious.
But it's, do you know what? I didn't like glitter. The first 6 months of my videos, I was like,
I think Mary told me that.
Yeah,
that you
I'm not
like
using glitter. I think it looks
So I
cheap in
sent you
resin
some
and all of
finest.
this. And then I started using glitter and I was like, okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It does add a great effect.
Especially with the glass ones. I sent you some of the glass ones for your pores, for your blooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they sink to the bottom and they stay put usually.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've used those yet, actually, in a bloom.
You haven't? The gold ones?
Oh, sorry. Yes, the gold. The gold I have. That's.
I think I sent you a couple. Didn't I?
Do you mean the gold fusion?
Yes,
bits?
I had to put them in the envelope because it went over the weight.
Now they're like real gold.
No.
At first when I looked at it, I was like, "Is this
They
real
look
gold?
like real gold, but
I'm
they're
going to
not.
melt it down and make a fortune." But it looks stunning, and the weight of it, it does. You're right. It sinks down to the bottom, and it just gives you a lovely shimmer. I love that gold fusion. So again, beautiful stuff.
Did I send you some silver too, or tinted? Silver?
No, I don't think so.
No silver.
I've got the magic silver, and that is amazing. We were just talking before the show, and your magic silver is like no other silver powder I've ever used. It reminds me of the Terminator when the Terminator melts, and it's that effect in a powder, and I don't know how it does it. And I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you want a shiny silver, what looks like liquid silver, get that magic silver, guys.
Yeah, I had a ornament sitting around here. Terry, do you see it?
I can't. Oh,
maybe it's over there on the desk.
By the way, everyone, Laura's got her amazing partner as well helping out here.
Yes,
so
come here, Terry.
A wonderful assistant.
Make him come.
Hi, guys.
You're live.
I know it.
You didn't want to come on camera, but we've got you now.
Yep, I'm live and I'm gone again.
He's a goofy guy. Been married 39 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's great to have somebody to support you, because you need that in life, don't you? You need to have that support. He's
actually the one who told me to do it.
Yeah. What, the live?
No, the business.
Everything.
Well, he supported. He gave me the money to buy all the pigments and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's doing okay now. Hopefully you've got a lot of regular customers.
Well, it's still not at the beginning. At the beginning, it was like off the charts,
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that could have been timing though, as well, because there wasn't many around?
That could be, but it did slow down right about COVID time.
Okay.
I mean, not totally, but then I don't know. Yeah, it seems like
more and more strange people... because resin art, I think, took off at COVID because everybody was at home doing art.
Well, then, but people who supply resin and stuff like that, not so much because they couldn't afford it. They weren't working. They weren't working.
Yeah, or they're on furlough or in the UK or something like that,
or they were working from home.
Louise is saying that some of her favorite pigments are from you.
Oh, thank you, Louise.
So, and again, I'm just getting introduced. I think Tim mentioned earlier on, and we'll go back through the comments, but he mentioned chrysanthemum is a great color as well.
Yeah, it's a red. Mm-hmm.
Is that a red? I thought, is it reddy purple or something?
No, it's kind of like a reddy orange, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's one of the new colors.
Oh, you've got a new one. What, the chrysanthemum?
What? The chrysanthemum is one of the new ones, and it's probably real sparkly.
Okay. A bit like the candy apple blossom red.
Well, that one's just a really, really high shimmer.
Do you know, it reminds me a bit of the, because I saw a few videos with the, is it the Let's Resin chrome powders? But the thing I loved about yours as well is I think it's got a lovely shimmer and a lovely shine. So especially when it spreads in a bloom, it's just stunning.
Yeah, it's
but your part
like
is
gold hue to it, I think.
It's just your pot as well. You don't scrimp on your pots. They're good sizes.
Right.
So I'm hoping that one will last me at least one more week.
Well, I'll send you some more.
Oh, bless you. But no, it's beautiful. And again, I've not found a red yet that I've loved. And I like red as a color. But as soon as I poured it, I was like, what is this?
Right? Well, because when I saw it, the first thing I wanted to do was take it to the auto store and have them paint my car in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
That
car
would be
was
amazing.
black. My
Just
car
do it
was
yourself with resin.
black, right?
It would look stunning. And do you know what? A lot of the chameleon powders and things like that, they do actually use on cars. I didn't know
Yes,
this
they
until I
do.
started looking into it.
You didn't know that?
No, I just
You've never
thought they
seen a
made
car
them for
with it?
art. I know,
How
where
long
have
ago
I
was
been?
that?
But yeah, they make them on cars and they paint them on cars, don't they? And they color shift.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to get that for my car, but that would cost a fortune.
Right. Yeah.
And I've only just about paying my car off, so I don't want to start playing with painting resin on it just yet.
Right.
Oh, we've got Lewin as well from Custom Creations as well. So hello, I don't think we've met before. Nice to have you in. But just so you know, we've averaged about 40 so far on this. So you've got some fans all over the world.
Oh,
So I've had a few questions as well, and we've had loads of questions in chat already. So, but one of the biggest ones I get asked since I've started using some of your powders is for the UK audience and the European audience and people like that, how can they get their hands on your pigments?
all they need to do is take a screenshot of their cart, because I can see the carts coming in, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'll respond to them and send them an email, but sometimes they don't understand English, and I don't know if it translates in the email or not. But all you need to do is get a hold of me through my email. It's on the website, and send me a screenshot and say how much is it going to cost. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's better off if you order 2 pounds, because
Yeah.
that's what they're going to charge you for anyway. So
Yeah.
some people might say, oh, I just want like five glitters or something, you know. Well, if you want to pay $30 for shipping for 5 glitters, you might as well get some pigments with it, you know.
Yeah. And I think that's
So-
that's the key, isn't it? Because it brings the
Yeah.
total cost of the shipping.
I just let them know here, because I'm also offering international customers 15% off, which is
Okay.
more than the 10% off that they normally get from other YouTube channels. So
Yeah.
by giving them the extra discount, it, you know, kind of helps out with the shipping.
We've got quite a few people saying that they need to get Candy Apple Red in their lives.
It's on order. It's coming
Do you know when it's going to be back in stock?
probably in about a week.
I just want to say thank you to Dawn, because she's just given me a super again. I think that's 2 supers that she's given me in this chat. So thank you for that.
Ooh.
It's really appreciated.
How'd you
And
get
she's
2?
gifted memberships as well. Thank you. It's great to have your support, Dawn, all the way from Hawaii. That's somewhere else I need to go. I was just talking to Renee on a chat before the live on the phone, and I said, there are so many places in America I need to visit. And one day I'm going to get there in a few years where I can just hopefully book some time off work and literally go around the different states and see everywhere in America.
Right.
Hopefully.
You can stop in Iowa, right?
Yeah, I'll stop everywhere. Everywhere where I know somebody, I'll be stopping, because I think that'd be really fun to do like a road trip and meet the resin artists.
That'd be fun.
I think
You
that'd be
should
great.
stop.
And this,
You should stop in New York, rent yourself a car, and just go up and down.
yeah,
Hit Renee in Florida, and who else? Tammy. Where's Tammy at? Is
I
Tammy
can't
in
remember.
Arkansas or Alabama? Where's Tammy?
Oh, thank you, Steph, as
Yeah.
well. Steph just sent a super through. Amazing. She was on the channel as well not long ago. And again, it's great to see her growing as well now. So that's that. I was talking to you before that we came on live.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my passion is, you know.
Oh,
that's why I
Texas,
started
yes.
these lives.
Kim just said she's in Texas. I knew she was.
There we
I
go.
thought Alabama or somewhere down there, but yeah. So you just have to do a little like that right through the U.S.
Well, if you've not seen Tammy yet as well, just to let you know, she should have been on tonight, but we did a bit of a swapsy. So she's going to be on next week as well. So if you tuned in for Tammy, she's coming next week, and you've got Laura this week. So you couldn't get better than that. But no, I was just saying, one of the things that I love about resin, it's not just the art, it is this community, because I think they're amazing. You know, most of the people in this community are all here to support each other, all here to help. And I've got more friends in the resin community than I've got in real life, I'll be honest.
Right.
But that's a good thing, I think. And I think My passion for this.
Do you ever feel like your friends in resin like you better than your family?
100%. Yeah. I don't have much family, so I've got my daughters. They love me to bits. Well, I'm not sure about the teenager at the minute. She's at that age where it's all about the phone. But I've also got a 6-year-old who loves her dad to bits, and that balances out quite nicely. But you're right. I think I've got more close friends and family in the resin community than I have in real life. And do you know what? I know that if I was feeling down or if I had a bad day, I could talk to somebody or put somebody's channel on, and it just puts a smile back on my face.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, is all supporting each other. And hopefully, I mean, these are all about growing together. So again, I'm loving that we can support your store as well, especially since so many people like them. And when you reached out to me, I think Renee put you in touch with me.
No, it was Mary. It was Mary.
Was it? Oh, sorry, it was Mary from Resin Me Up. I was like, of course, I'd love to sort of have a look at some of your products and sort of get you on a live, because that's what it's all about. It's not just, and I work with large suppliers as well as the smaller ones, but I think the next 10 years is so exciting for resin because it's going to keep growing. And if you're like me, when I first came into resin, I didn't know anything but Temu. And again, that's where the art can go wrong.
Temu wasn't around when I got into resin. It
wasn't.
No, it wasn't. So yeah, we just.
But I always say to people that can't afford certain products, that's fine. You know, try Temu, try your cheap molds, but then also invest in some quality ones and see the difference.
Right.
Because you might want to just save up and get some more quality ones that will last you longer.
And that goes for pigments and glitters and everything. I mean, there is a big difference between glitters and pigments. I remember the first ones that we were introduced to, they were like super grainy, and you had to melt them down with alcohol first to get them to smooth out and get the bumps out and everything.
Yeah.
And then you add the resin in, you know.
Almost like colored grit.
They're not like that anymore. They're very pearlescent and yeah. So in quality, you can ask Petra, she's in here.
But do you know what? Your glitters as well. I've been playing around with some of that. They're amazing. The sparkle you get off them, I'm like, wow. And again, this is where I'm a bit of a convert now. So I think my problem was when I first started, I used very cheap glitters, which are probably meant for, I don't know, gluing on a card, maybe some paper mache or something like that, or decoupage. It's not the same glitter that you can put in your resin and get those effects. And it's like chameleon glitters, different sparkles, different colors as well. I love some of your color mixes. I think the mirror I've tried, that was amazing. And then was it the Leprechaun's Love, which is a slightly green shade?
Oh, that's a newer one, yeah.
Yeah, that went in my frogs last week when we had a flash cure.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Well, it was so hot in the UK, and I did a live doing some.
It. I mean, it'll speed the curing of your resin right there.
And I didn't know. There's just me mixing away live, and this was live. And then we had an amazing.
How many ounces was it?
Well, that was 16? The problem, because I did 2 frogs at once, so it was 8 ounces in one container, and I just left it there at the side, thinking, "Oh, it's not going to heat up too much." Then when I separated it separated okay. And then I started adding the pigments to mix, and then it just flash cured on the camera. And I was like, wow. But it was great because it showed beginners what can happen.
Exactly. And it doesn't usually happen to experienced people like you, but I think that the temperature outside had the factor to it.
And I didn't even think about that.
Because normally your work time with most resins is about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Unless you have like ultracast and it's longer, but it's generally about 30 minutes. But if it's 100 degrees out, that changes the game. So
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 10 or 15, you're done.
And it made me, do you know what? It made me realize that people that do it in really hot countries, instead of warming their resin up, their fast cure resins, they've probably got to cool them down.
Right.
Which is really interesting. But yeah, I panicked a little bit because it was live, and I was like, "Oh my god, I don't normally do this, guys." So I did my second flash cure.
I felt so bad for you.
But it was funny. It was fun. It was fun. And in the end,
people needed.
We re-poured them and got some beautiful frogs, so it was fine.
Yeah.
So I think if you're happy for me to, can we start going through these questions? Because I've got about
Sure,
30, I
sure.
think, coming through. So first one was from Tim. He says Candy Apple Blossom versus Let's Resin Red Chrome. He loves the Candy Apple Blossom. So I think that means he loves it more. Which is, I haven't tried the Let's Resin Chrome yet, so I don't know. But I do know that I love the Candy Apple Blossom.
I've not tried the Let's Resin any pigments.
Now, Dawn's asking, what is the most challenging issue you came across with your store? That's an interesting one.
What? Postage.
Yeah.
And we don't make very many mistakes, but once in a while we do, and we'll forget something, or we'll give them the ink that was sitting next to that ink or something, and so then we got to repost it, and we pay that, you know.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
People don't realize it's
The
like that.
postage just keeps going up, like more than once a year. It keeps going up, and I haven't changed my prices very much, but it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It just went
and
up
again.
again.
It keeps going up. I agree, and I think that's the scary thing. But I suppose people don't realize it was like I did that auction the other day, obviously with Mary, and I think it was only like 14 pieces all in that I auctioned in the end. That cost me an extra, I think it was £97 in the end in postage.
Oh, I bet.
And I was like, what? I wasn't expecting that. So next auction.
Coming to you or going out?
No, going out. So
Yeah.
So obviously all of the money for that, and that's one of the things I did on the auction. I said I would pay for the postage. But I didn't realize that it would end up being £97 until I went to the post office. But it was worth it, you know, because it was for a good cause. But it does make you think. It's like I'm currently, again, I wasn't going to announce this, but I'm in the process of setting up a website for my resin art because a few people have reached out and said they would like to buy a piece. Last time I did it, it didn't work. So I paid for X amount each month for a shop and never sold anything. So this time I'm going to do it properly. It's probably going to take me a month or so to fully design and set up. But that way people can buy a piece of my art. But the biggest challenge I'm going to have is the same as you, is working out where people are in the world and what the postage is going to cost to get it there, because it changes with every country.
Yeah, that's why I do most of my shipping through pirate ship, and I just do the 3 packages, the envelopes, and then the small, well, actually 4. So I have a small box, a medium box, and a large box priority. And it's really not that much more than if you send it first class, because, and then you get it in 3 days, you know.
Yeah.
But I like it.
But yeah, so getting back to the questions then. So that was one challenge. When did your store go live?
2018 July.
Wow. Okay.
June or July.
What did you use? Was it a website builder or?
I used the same website she was using, which was called Equid. And
Okay.
it was free until I started getting more and more products. You can have up to so many products, and then after that, they charge you like $15 a month.
Okay.
And then it went up. I think it's like $35 or something like that a month now. But it's only because I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, which is great though. You've got a great selection on there.
It was nice to have it free for a while, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately mine isn't. I'm just designing it, and it's not free.
Equid.
But it what?
You should check out Equid.
I might have a look actually. I'll have a look. Yeah. I've just signed up to 12 months with this store.
Oh, you already signed up. Forget it.
Yeah. So, but I've decided to just go for it, you know. And if I get no sales, I get no sales. But because I'm getting to the point now where I can barely fit in my living room. I've got resin everywhere.
Right.
And that's one of the other reasons I'm doing that giveaway, if I'm being honest, because I can give away at least 30 pieces of my art. And that's just for subscribers, that giveaway. But I've also done another one for members. So anyone that joins membership in the next 30 days is guaranteed to get a piece of my art. So if I get, I don't know, 50 people join, that's 50 lots of art that are going to be going out.
Yeah.
But because nothing, it's like just then when you've unboxed that coaster, the fact that you love it and we've never met. You're over in America. You've got a piece of my art. It just makes me smile, you know.
You know what? To me, it's so nice to have a piece of art from friends. And if you look around my house, I've bought from a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
That Rick Rogers that was in Canada, I bought one of his, and I've got they're just pieces everywhere. Every room has something from some of my friends, and it's just a way of knowing them all. Louise,
It makes you
I
smile.
think Louise sent me something. Did she? Maybe not.
And it's like on that auction. That's why, again, I spent about $200 bidding on other people's.
Oh,
Me and you got in a few bidding battles.
That was fun.
It was good fun. It cost me a fortune, but it was good fun. But no, I love the fact that I know I've got pieces in my living room from people like Mary and people like that I've always spoken to, because I just look at them and smile. You know, I can. You're never alone in that respect. So you can look around your room and think, do you know what? You're part of a community, and there's people around you that care. You know, and I think it's great to just have that. And that's what I'm hoping to do more and more as we grow, but we'll see. Dawn's asking if you ship to Hawaii as well.
Oh, all the time, and that's U.S. shipping, so it's not. Yeah, it's cheap. So, yep.
Okay. Cheap shipping is always good.
Yep.
Amy's asking, can you use your powders for other things other than resin?
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Some of those people are doing those acrylic blooms with, or not blooms. What do they call that? Where they're mixing it in with, like, oh gosh, the fluid stuff.
The fluid art where they're mixing like the pores and then they
bloom pores or something.
Yeah.
Like they push it. Yeah. They layer the colors on and then they put the white on the top, the cell activator. I tried to do that once. I didn't have any success with that, but and then you blow it out or whatever, and then it blooms out. But
well, I'm going to try a few more of those over the next few months because I love them. But I want to try it with just resin.
Right.
See what happens. You know, it can either work or it won't.
Oh, I bet it will.
Yeah. Let me have a look. Sandy's asking. She's asking if she can ask where you source your German glass glitter from, but if you don't want to say, you don't have to.
I get it from, oh gosh, Myers. Okay. Myers Import. And they have a separate link for people that want to order directly through them, but I really don't make any money on those. You know,
yeah.
I think some of my prices are even less than his. So,
and that's the thing. I would imagine because your prices are quite affordable. I'll be honest about that. When I've looked compared to some of the others,
I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing it to get rich.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what people need to realize as well is how much these things actually cost. Your profit margins probably aren't huge.
No.
And that's the thing. And I think it's amazing that you still send out free pieces and stuff like that every now and again for people to try new things. And I think that, especially with the fact that you probably aren't making thousands and thousands of dollars every month or anything like that, it's special.
Yeah, everything that I've made in profit, I just turn around and put it into more things, you know. But I like to send samples out to people so that they can try other colors and stuff like that. And then I also at Christmas time, there's a week where they can order, and if they place an order during that week, I send them a Christmas present along with their, and it's usually pretty nice. I mean,
I've still got your turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's lovely. It's a turtle within a turtle. So he's actually proudly in front of my TV so that I always look at him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's great. So Petra's asking, what art project are you working on at the moment?
It's one that I should have finished a long time ago. So this is a big piece. It's alcohol ink.
Oh, wow. That's gorgeous.
So that's the one side. I wanted to make a reversible.
Oh, okay. Two-sided.
So one is the warm colors.
Yeah.
I should take that up so you can see.
Oh, that's lovely. And is that just alcohol ink on top of what? White resin?
No, this is a board, and I don't remember what the board was. Oh, you
Okay.
can't see me. I'm sitting there talking above you. I don't remember what the board was, but I got it at the art store. But it's kind of like now you can't see this one.
I love that. That's got a sort of a Van Gogh style to me.
Yeah. Do you see the glasses, the margarita glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a thing about eyeballs.
Okay.
I should show you like this one. These are some of my coasters.
Oh, wow.
And
They're
that's
really
alcohol
fun.
ink on the back, and then I just drew on it. That was my first YouTube video was, and my husband was sleeping in the recliner, and I was drawing on these coasters, not these particular ones, but
They're lovely. So are they on a tile?
yeah,
Yeah. A ceramic tile.
Yeah.
And then then you've drawn it on and then resined over it.
yep.
They look really cool.
They're the white tiles. You can get a whole like 100 pieces for like $16 at your local hardware store.
Yeah. But no, that's an amazing idea as well. And it's probably a lot cheaper than getting the wooden ones.
Yep. And it's a good way to practice and learn.
Definitely. And
then
you can just wipe them, can't you? If it goes wrong, spray them with alcohol and just wipe it off.
Yeah, they have resin on them. So, I mean, can you see the resin?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's lovely.
Yeah.
I might have to try and do an eyeball coaster.
I put little feet on them. I didn't sell these, but one time I went into a restaurant to show them to somebody, and two people at the bar were like bidding against each other and everything. I wanted to keep them for myself, but yeah, I ended up selling them.
You've got to let some things go, though, I think. Otherwise, you just become a hoarder.
It was the first ones I made with eyeballs in it.
Wow.
I think they sold for $75 though per set, which is
That's good.
not a lot, but here in Iowa, it's a lot.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, depending on where you sell as well, it's very different pricing.
Yep. My friend in California, she sells one of these for $80.
Wow.
$80.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Lula's asking, can I start paying my mods now? I pay you in gratitude, Lula. But again, just again, shout out to, we've now got 3 mods on the channel, which is great. We've got Lula, we've got Lisa, and we've got Jules, who was made a mod last week as well. I couldn't do these lives without them sending me the questions. They're amazing.
Now, so which one is? I know Lula.
This one's Lula.
Who's Lisa with?
Lisa is Break the Mold Resin Art.
Okay.
Who's just started posting videos actually, and it's great to see her starting to grow as well.
And then who is the other one?
Then we've got Jules, the Resonator. And again, they're all smallish channels that are growing, which is amazing. But they're also helping me out by being mods.
I'm going to go subscribe.
You're going to what? Subscribe?
Yeah, I'll go subscribe after we're done.
Oh, I'm sure they will appreciate that. But that again, that's what this is all about. So if anybody wants to help the whole community, I suppose this community, go back through the Q&A playlist and look at all the guests and just subscribe. It helps massively. And people don't realize I had my first weird comment actually this week about subscribers. And it's because I say to people in the video, if you can, please like and subscribe to the channel. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because it's the only way we grow. And somebody said, I don't like the way that you keep asking people to subscribe. And I'm like, well,
oh, seriously?
I'm investing 4 to 5 hours into each one of these videos. It's free. You don't, right. I'm not saying you have to join membership.
You're learning for free.
Yeah. And hopefully it's a bit entertaining, you know. So I just put that in comments. I said, look, I appreciate your comment. However, it's the only way that YouTube knows that you like the content, and it pushes it out to more people. If nobody likes it, you'll never grow. And that's the whole point of the channel. Right. She didn't respond after that. But again, it's just strange how some people feel the need to put something like that in a comment. And it's just like, I just wouldn't ever comment something like that because I know that people put a lot of work into it.
Well, I used to always post them in my Facebook business page.
Yeah.
And like I said, but Facebook's kind of going down. I used to get people that comment on my posts and stuff like that, and they don't really anymore. They just like hit the like button or something, you know. And it's like they used to always say something. But anyway, I always post YouTube artists in there, and I'll say, hey, just take a look at this. Hit that, you know, like button and subscribe. It's the least we can do when somebody's doing something for free.
It's free. It costs, and it takes 2 seconds of your time. And I've even tried to make it simpler because like 60-70% of people watch on the TV now. So I've tried to put a QR code in there so people can just point the phone at it and do that. But again, I think it's just bizarre.
It's a little and a button.
Yeah.
And
I think
hit all.
It doesn't make me any money. You know, I could have 300,000 subscribers. I wouldn't make a penny. It's all about views on YouTube, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. Yeah. I'm not making any money on YouTube either. I know there's a lot of them out there that do. And, you know, that's probably some of these people's dreams is to make money and stuff like that. I remember when I used to add stuff like for my Amazon list, but I really didn't buy that much from Amazon. But I was one of those associates through Amazon, you know. And I get like $3 here or and I mean some of those artists can have people ordering stuff all the time through them, and I guess I just didn't do very good at that. But I did. I
think it's luck of the draw sometimes as well. So the way the Amazon link works, if somebody clicks any of your links,
right, or they click on something else too.
Yeah, if they purchase anything on Amazon in the next 24 hours, you get like 1% or 2% or something like that. I remember I did have one a few months ago where I looked at what had been clicked on, and I got like, I think it was like $1 for somebody buying nappies, and I was like, what's that got to do with resin?
What was it? Nappies?
Thank you for that, Lynn, as well. As always, appreciate you. I hope your daughter's doing okay as well. Apparently her daughter said that was quite handsome or something the other day on a live, so she might need to go to the opticians. Tim's asking, wants you to let him know what you go with. You're going to have to explain that one, Lisa. I don't know what that one means. Wants you to let him know what you go with. I'm trying to figure that one out. Nappies are diapers, Tim. If you want to quickly put in comments what you meant by that question.
I didn't know what nappies were.
Didn't you? Oh, sorry, diapers. Diapers. I should have remembered that, the American translation of it. But Tim, if you want to put back in comments what your question was, I'll come straight back to that. But we'll go to the next question. So Resinista wants to know what you sell the most of.
I think octopus inks and glitters.
Okay.
Right now.
I've not tried the octopus inks yet either, and I've seen a lot of people use those.
Yeah,
they look good.
Yeah, it's especially fun with frogs.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Turtles, you know.
I love my frogs, as you can probably tell. I always do frogs. Okay, I think Tim was referring to the website, what I'm going to be using when I set up my store. Now, interestingly, I'm not going to go into too many details on this live because there's a lot of work that has to go into it first before I want to share anything. But there's two different websites I'm going to be starting. One is more for the community and growth, and the other one's just going to be for resin art. So I'm using two different platforms to see if there's any difference. Okay, Steph's asked. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just
baby butt huggers. Yeah, I don't get a chance to read these as they pop up.
I'm just saying. I haven't had them yet.
Steph's asking what your favorite pigments and glitters are.
Mine? Oh gosh, I have so many.
If you could only have 4, what would they be? 2 glitters and 2 pigments.
2 glitters and 2 pigments. Well, obviously the candy apple. and probably one of the Iridon metallic pigments. They're from Italy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then for glitters, mirror, or you got the blueberry, I think, but there's
That's
also
gorgeous.
there's also a boysenberry that's very similar, and they're really pretty. They're both dual shifts.
They're lovely. As I say, I've tried those in a couple of different pieces now.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be experimenting with those this weekend, actually, with something else. So we'll see how
Now
that
that you're
turns
getting
out.
used to some glitters now, I'm just going to have to send you some octopus ink. Make a list, hon. Octopus inks, a little more cherry, candy apple blossom, and glitter.
Well, let me know. Let me know what it comes to, and I'll send you the payment as well.
You know what?
I don't need freebies.
I'll probably have you make a cart and send me a screenshot what you really want, because I don't want to send you something I don't think you'll use.
I like mystery, and I love the fact that when I opened that box, I didn't know what was in it, because it makes my mind start working as to what I can do with different things.
Well, Mary clued me in that you liked chameleons.
I don't think I found anything I don't like yet.
Yeah.
It's just how I can use things differently. And actually, with chameleon powders, I used to do a bit of woodwork, as well as obviously the resin of wood carving. And I've heard that you can use chameleon powders on wood. So I want to try that and then cover it in resin and see what it comes out like.
Well, I've done that, like on dragon eggs.
Yeah.
We take a burl wood and we cut it into basically a circle that fits at the bottom of a solo cup.
Yeah.
You know what a solo cup is? And then we put that down there and we glue it down in there. And then I put like either chameleon powders or glitter or something like that. And then you got to paint it. Oh, here my husband brought one over.
Oh, wow.
That's the burl wood. So this is
the
bottom.
I love burl wood.
Yeah. This is the bottom of the dragon's egg. And so this
Wow.
goes in, but he's already got this cut out for something else. But anyway, then we put it in the solo cup and then we carve it out. If you go on Instagram on my channel, I think it's Laura's Art Corner 250 or something. It shows the process that we put it in a solo cup, and then it comes out the shape of a solo cup. And then so the first time I had to help my husband because he didn't know what an egg shape was, because this turned out to be a doorknob.
Okay.
So I've been baking with eggs for so many years, That's my other passion, is baking. Okay.
I like to bake. I do a mean New York baked cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Not the cheap cheesecake. It's got to be baked
with
the vanilla and the blueberries. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. But we're getting more questions coming through as well. So let's go through can you believe we've already been live for an hour? Are you okay for time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, in that case, so am I. So we'll carry on. Because it's really fun, actually, these questions that are coming through. So Amy's asking, are the powders safe to use in cosmetics?
Not all of them. Some of them are. Not all of them.
So don't do that, just in case.
No. Nobody's out there making cosmetics with these pigments. Are they really?
If they are, they should be in trouble.
Aren't they doing artwork with them? Not that they're not that they're not safe. They're just not. They're not. I handle them when I'm filling my jars and stuff like that, and I'll come out, my hands are all red from the pigments, But no, they're not really. There's some that are cosmetic safe, but what are they?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
No,
it's just not worth the risk.
No.
So Tim's asking, when are you going to become a winter Texan, Laura?
A what? A winter
Texan.
I should think about that, because I've been to Florida and I love it, but you never know when there's going to be a hurricane. My neighbors live down there probably 75 to 80% of the time now. They've got they're having another house built because the last one in the hurricane took out, but they had it rebuilt, and then they moved, and now they're building another one. So yeah, Texas, it gets really hot down there though. That's where we had that artist retreat, and we did classes down there, and this was the second one, and I supplied all the pigments for it and the resin, and so yeah, it got like to 110, 115 degrees, and the air conditioner, we're in a boat marina thing that had the clubhouse, you know, and AC was working just fine till that night before. And it broke overnight. And so when we did our resin class, I mean, everybody's resin was doing the flash cure like yours was doing.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that until you experience it, you don't realize. And then you realize, I need to start thinking about this.
I've only had it happen once, and it was kind of scary.
Oh, yeah, you get like little tufts of smoke and everything. I was like, wow.
Well, I guess the reason why I got so scared was because I remember in one of those groups I belonged to, here was this amazing resin artist. And this was not when I was doing resin, I was doing acrylic. Yeah. And and turned out she burned her house down.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me that. I do it in my living room.
Just saying. I know. It's scary.
My landlord's going to kick me out now.
Just be careful.
Yeah, I am. I'm always trying to be careful. So we've had a question come through from Marva as well, from Marvelous Artsy on Insta.
Hi, Marva.
Hello, Marva. She says, do you still have the mirror? She first saw it on the Sherry Moulton channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's my biggest seller.
It's gorgeous.
It's not my most expensive glitter, but it's my.
What's your most expensive glitter then?
Oh, I don't even want to go there. Hey,
that
Terry.
Sounds interesting.
Terry, can you grab me one of the sparkles on the very back? The sparkles. Nope, in the corner.
Tim, I saw your comment as well that there's a hurricane on the way there, so just be careful and be safe.
The very corner over, buddy. Super sparkle? Super sparkle. He can't hear me very well.
Do you want me to shout for you?
It's a reflective glitter, and I paid like 335 a kilogram.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I shouldn't have ordered so many either.
I bet it looks amazing though.
It does. I mean, it like lights up when you hit the light on it, you know. I think they probably use it in like the lines that go in your lanes.
And that oh, you mean like the cat's eyes that go in the lanes?
No, I think it goes in the actual
in the paint. Oh wow. That looks very sparkly.
That one is pink.
Oh, I'd love to try that in a blue.
No. I'm going to send you some.
Oh.
I took it off the website because I wasn't making any money on it.
Yeah.
So I will just...
No, it looks... And do you know what? This is the thing I will say. As we've said before, I didn't like glitter when I first got into resin, but it's because I was using the wrong glitters. If you pay a little bit more for your glitters rather than the pound shop, you get a lot better glitters and a lot better effects. So I would try an experiment because I love putting glitters like in the center of my blooms now and things like that. I just think it adds something. And don't get me wrong, I still do them without as well. But also I've started playing with canvases a bit as well. And they look amazing, just little lines of them in between different solid pigments. And they just add such an effect. So glitter is life now.
You know, one of the things I've always wanted to do is like a glitter painting, all glitter.
Oh, wow.
Like of Marilyn Monroe or something, you know?
That'd be like a disco as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what would be really cool? Do you know if you got a big canvas and you did almost every glitter that you've got in a little tiny row going round in a circle, that would be mind-blowing.
Well, I always wanted to do, we did this with the kids. I worked with special needs kids, you know?
Okay.
And so if I got the advantage of having an art class with one of these kids. It was so much fun just helping them, you know, create the thing, you know. And so one of the things that they did in the class was they had to pick out like an artist and a famous piece of artwork. And then we had all these textiles out, like noodles and peas, dried peas and rice and stuff like that. And they had to create it with glue and actual textiles. And that was always fun. So I thought something like that would be fun to do with just glitter.
Yeah.
Glitter.
One of my favorite frogs I put noodles in, Ramon, he's called.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was
he's got super noodles in him, and they're still not moldy, so that's great. But
I wonder, can they really get moldy after they've cured?
I don't know. We'll find out over the next few months. I know because I did like a tree branch with some blossoms on, and I didn't dry it out, and that started to get little white mold on the branch.
Oh.
Inside the resin.
Oh.
So the chocolate, I did chocolate in resin as well. That's perfect. That hasn't changed.
Because I've seen all
the
these
nerds as well. They're still perfect in this coaster.
You know, because those are all sugar.
Sugar. So I think it just depends what you put in.
Yeah.
Couple more questions then. So Lisa's telling me to tell you that she needs super sparkle in her life, apparently. I think everybody's going to be sending you messages now.
Maybe I'll just send some, you know.
Yeah. Could become a bestseller now. Now it's been on the show. Up your price so that you do make a profit there. You've got to make a profit as a business, otherwise you'll go out of business eventually.
Well, that's why they're not on the website, because I wasn't. So, you know, but, you know, I've become a hoarder with some of this stuff, you know.
Yeah. So also, make sure you read. Can you just read out what your website is so that people know where to find your stuff?
Someone just put it in there. www.laurasartcorner.net.
And just remember, it's .net, not .com, not .co.uk, .net.
Yep.
But you'll see when you get there, it's like a big, colourful landing page.
I was just going to show you this. That was another piece I was going to show you. The actual piece.
Oh, wow.
Because on the website, it just had part of it. See the eyeball?
Yeah.
I always have an eyeball.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
That was when
I love the use of colours as well.
Yeah, that's when I first started alcohol inks.
And Sandy's asking, what was the green sparkle? I think she was, is it the leprechaun one that I was talking about?
Tell her to send me an email because there's two greens. I think one was one lime green. What'd you do with those? Did you put them back?
Well, I think the one, if she needs from my frog video, because I used some of it in a frog video the other week.
The lime.
I think that was, hang on a sec, let me grab it. It is
talking about.
Gotta find it. Lucky in Love is the one I used, which is silver and green.
Oh, that was the glitter.
Yeah, that's beautiful glitter. Lucky in Love, which I unfortunately am not, so it's a bit ironic, but there we go.
I thought you had a girlfriend.
No, not anymore.
That was
I did briefly. I had a lady friend that I met on Tinder, and I was with her for about 2 months, but it just got a little bit weird, let's say, and wasn't working. So I'm sure the right one.
That Mary's auction. That was by.
Yes, and I wish her well. I hope she finds the right person for her as well. But it just didn't work, and I think I was in a long-term relationship where for 11 years that wasn't working, and I stayed in it because of my girls, because I wanted to raise them. I wanted them to know they've got a dad, but it just wasn't working. And I made a decision at that point when that ended that if I ever feel that it's not working, there's no point, because I want a relationship to make me happy as well.
Right.
There we go. So any ladies in the UK, I am available. Just imagine that.
I'm going to start
finding love on YouTube. That would be interesting. So there we go. That's Sandy's. Amy wants to contact Laura to buy. So how would she contact you?
Through email, which is usher52333 at gmail.com.
Lynn's saying I want to date her daughter. I don't know what your daughter looks like. I don't know. Who knows? But
that?
It's a bit of a commute, Lynn.
Oh, she wants you to date her daughter?
Yeah, no, her daughter said on a live the other day that she thought I looked quite handsome, I think it was, on a live. So I was quite flattered.
Here's my daughter.
Oh, wow. Did you draw that as well?
Yeah, it's pastel.
That's stunning.
She used to dance for the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, Lynn, she's got a date then in that case. Apparently she looks like Lynn, so she's got a date. I'll have to learn French, though, because when I try and talk French, it comes out a little bit like Only Fools and Horses. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but it's like Les Baguettes and things like that, which does... It's not the best French, but there we go. So Petty's saying, can we still buy glitter in the EU or import it to the EU?
Nobody's told me I couldn't send it. So, I mean, I've sent it. I mean, I think all those rules that I read through and everything only pertain to what you can buy within Europe.
Yeah. That's amazing, Lynn, that she's so multilingual as well. French, English, Italian, and German she speaks, apparently. I speak English, American, Australian, and Hungarian. So that's an unusual one. But there we go. Now, do you mind if anybody's got any more questions, put them in chat and we will get to them. But do you mind if I do my first giveaway?
Oh, do it.
So for those of you that don't know, or those of you that are watching this back, started yesterday, and for 30 days, I'm giving away a piece of my art. So every day, there's going to be a short that goes out, 8 o'clock a.m. UK time, and it's just a little comedy short. So today's has got my Tinder profile in it. But it's just a comedy short. All you need to do is put CCUK, hashtag CCUK Resin in there, and hashtag we all go together, and you get entered. So I'm going to see for the first time if I can share my screen here and see if it works. So this is going to be interesting. So this is for yesterday's, and I'm going to do a quick 15-minute live every day to find the winner. So we're going to get 30 winners over the next 30 days. So let's see if this works, shall we? Share screen.
Oh, we're supposed to do this too.
I'll just make sure I've got the right screen. Not that one. Not that one. It won't let me select the right tab. What's going off? So let's do an entire screen of this one. Can you guys see this? I'm hoping you can.
Push something.
Can you see a screen there? Let me know in chat.
I can see it.
You can see it? Good. Mm-hmm. Okay. So all I've done is I've put in the link there. You can see it. Great. So everybody that entered and commented under that first short is there. So it's going to scan it now. Let's get in the comments. And we only had 23 people. So 1 in 23 chance that entered in yesterday's. But somebody is going to win. So we're going to find out. We're going to do it live. And if you don't win today, there's going to be one of these every day for the next 30 days to give you a chance to win a piece of my art shipped to wherever you are in the world. I don't care if you're in Antarctica. I'll find a way to get it there. So it's just going to be a fun way for you to hopefully win a piece of my art. And if you want to be guaranteed a piece of my art, join membership for the next 30 days and you're guaranteed to win. But this is going to be for those subscribers, people that have shared that hashtag. Adele, go on my channel every morning, 8 o'clock. There'll be a short that comes out. And I think I've titled them 30 days, 30 winners, something like that. So you should see them. So we're going to find out the winner. Are we ready? Oh, I'm excited. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's determining the winner. Yeah. Oh, this was the short. So this is what it looked like, guys. And the winner is... Oh, no, it didn't work. Oh, I've got to register now. Okay, let's create a free account. We need to find out the winner. Sorry, guys. I want to see the winner. Can you believe it? Maybe sign up. Oh, now I've got to do it again. Let's hope this is the right one. That's not it. We're not going to have these technical difficulties for the rest of the giveaways. I just need to find the right one again. Sorry about this, guys. Always happens on a live. Always. And the first one is here. So I'm going to select it. And then we're going to paste it. I'm going to save that. And we're going to start the giveaway again. There we go. So this is the one. We want one winner. I'm not going to put a minimum amount of mentions, but this is what the shorts look like. It's something crazy like this. So have a look through the channel. Find winner. Okay, we're going to sign up.
$4.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay that. Okay, let's try a different one. This is costing me a fortune. So let's pick a number between 1 and 23. In fact, Laura, you're the guest. Pick a number between 1 and 23.
Okay, I'm keeping it to myself, right?
Yeah, for now. So pick a number between 1 and 23. And this way I get to show you guys what they actually look like as well. On YouTube. You get to see my feed now as well. Wonder what's going to pop up there. Oh, this is a bit
single women. Bunch of single women looking for a hot date.
No, it's mainly how to grow your YouTube channel and different resin creators looking at that. So we're okay.
I'm teasing.
Okay, so we're going to go to the lives. Shorts even. So these are the ones that it looks like. So this one was yesterday's. This one is today's, which is actually my Tinder profile, guys. So make sure you watch that. It's worth a laugh. So this is the one. There you go.
CCUK is giving away a piece of resin art to a lucky subscriber every day for the next 30 days. But before we get to that, here's a fun resin quote. I like my coffee strong, my resin clear, and my divulge drama free. To win, just like
she was a hottie.
Hashtag CCUK Resin hashtag we all grow together. The winner will be picked live tomorrow. And
live rather live.
Every new member in July is guaranteed to win a piece of my heart.
And that's all they are. 30 seconds of your time. And all I'm asking people to do is we're not playing that one again. Is put in comments CCUK Resin and hashtag we all grow together. That's it. So every one of these entries is valid, hopefully. So what number did you pick, Laura?
13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is the winner. Angel Eyes 21ish has won.
Eyes.
So congratulations. All you need to do, send me an email with your address and you're our first winner for day one. But if you didn't win, there's always tomorrow. So I think we can watch one more, which is the one that's gone out today. So I'm not spoiling anything. And you all get to see my Tinder profile.
Oh, Andy, you're so funny. There's Kelly.
There we go. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and get us back. So we're back. So that's the idea, guys. So you saw how simple it was. I might be a little bit younger than you, Tim. Only just though, because I haven't got your voice though. If I had your voice and my youth, I'd have no problems on Tinder.
I know every time Tim's on, my husband says, "Who's that? Who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah, who's that you're listening to?" It's Tim. Leave me alone.
Oh, apparently StreamYard's got a hashtag comment picker. So I'm going to look into that after the show. But that's all you need to do, guys. And you don't have to join membership for that. Just put a hashtag in there, CCUK Resin, hashtag we all grow together. And every day for the next 30 days, I'm going to do a quick 15-minute live without a guest, just picking that winner. So I think it's going to be amazing to get more art out there. But there we go. That's that. Now back to you, Laura.
Thanks, Petra. PD.
Yeah, thanks, Petty. It's been nice to see you again. And don't forget, if you want to be part of that collab that the two Petras both challenged me to last week, all you need to do is get a bloom in those 4 colors, which were green, white, red, and blue. And then send your video to either myself or any of the two Petras, and we'll get you involved in that collab going live on the 27th. So
Is
that's
that for
that.
flag colors?
Yes, what, sorry?
Is that for flag colors?
No, it's just those 4 colors. They randomly pick them on the live. We have to put into a bloom, and that's the only rule. So it'll be interesting.
You said red, white, blue, and green, right?
Red, white, blue, and green. Yeah. And Lula's saying her Jurassic collaborations tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to do a video for that. Sorry, I was too busy. But I think that's anything Jurassic themed. So that'll be interesting. And I'm just going back through the questions now, because whilst we did all of that sharing screens, I think we had a few more come through. So, yeah, so Dawn mentioned the free comment pickers, which I'm going to look through. Also the StreamYard. And I've just mentioned the Jurassic collab as well. So I knew what was coming. So Lisa, apologies. I read it out before you sent it me, but I do appreciate you sending it me. Look, this is what Lisa has to do every week, guys. She sends me every question in Discord so I don't miss them.
No.
Keeps me on track. But no, we've been on for an hour and a half. So thank you. It has been amazing meeting you and learning about your shop, you know, and I think anybody out there should check out your store, give you some support and help you grow as well as a store.
Do you mind, Andy, if I do my drawing?
No, go for it.
I had my first video back. I've been posting like deer pictures and hawk pictures and stuff that's going on in my backyard, you know. And then so now that I can do resin, I did this dish and I did some other things. But anyway, I got an into resin order and I ordered 2 of the same mold. Only I would do that. So
I've done it before.
I would do a giveaway. So I'm gonna let my husband.
Another giveaway.
Just a random. Make sure you just take one. There you go.
Who's gonna win?
Jeannie B 3657.
There we go. Jeannie B 3657. So I think you just.
Yeah, she's probably not in here. I did announce that I'd probably do it during this, but I'm going to put it on the video as well. But
you're more than welcome, Lynn. Thanks for popping in as well. Always supporting the channel as well. Really appreciate you. I hope everything goes well with that premiere as well. But I think we're going to wrap this up anyway in about 5 minutes. So it shouldn't be too much longer. But no, now this is something I've started doing, and I'm probably going to regret this, but I've started doing it on my lives, and it's asking the guest, which is yourself this week, Laura, if you've got any questions that you want to ask me.
You've got a silly grin on your face right now.
I never know what's going to come by asking that question. It's very risky on a live.
Do you like to dance?
I love dancing, but
I do too.
My problem is, and I'll say this, my dancing hasn't changed since I was 16. And my body has obviously changed over the years. So if I go on a night out, I will always be out dancing the 21-year-olds on the dance floor, 100%. and I think I can break dance, which I probably can't. But what I do is I get massively bruised knees, which take 3 or 4 days to recover. Once I had to be on crutches for a week because my knees were so bruised.
I did that once at a wedding, and I had a cream colored outfit on, pantsuit type thing. And yeah, I was doing some kind of break dancing on my knees or something and going down. And yeah, the next day my pants had brown knees from the floor from the day.
Mine were purple. They were that bad.
No, I'm talking my pants. And then, yes, I had the bruised knees too.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I do it every time. Every time when I go dancing.
I was only like early 30s then. But I still had bruised knees.
I don't know what that comment means, Lula. Yes, we do, Lula. Most anyway. But yeah, I don't know where that comment came from. But Dawn's saying as well, you have awesome quality products and deserve lots of orders. I couldn't agree more. I've not had a problem with any of the products I've tried. They've been amazing so far, and I still haven't tried them all. Oh, Steph's laughing as well. So no, but it's been a great live, It's been wonderful getting to know you. And do you know what? The thing I love is ever since I started speaking to you on emails and things like that, I can tell that you're not doing this to become rich overnight. You're doing it because you love what you do and you love the community aspect.
I love art and I love to share, and I've always been a sharing person. I probably share too much, but yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah. Have you had fun? Have you had fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. But no, that's the whole point of these lives. So as well, if anybody has a channel out there and wants to come on, drop me an email. We'll get you on a live.
Oh, you mean right now?
This. Yeah, tonight.
This is absolutely. I was so paranoid. I was.
Yeah.
I told you an email. I was like, oh, I'm so scared. Because I am the type person. I am a people person. And I can talk to people in person, straight up, to their face. But put a camera, and that was even when I was younger, in my 20s. And my sister would come up to me with the camera, the video camera, and I'm like dodging her like this, And I was, very young and had nothing to worry about, as now,
You've got nothing to worry about now, Your community loves you. Look at all the comments coming in,
Yeah.
And again, you've been amazing in the fact that you've developed your store to allow us all to get these amazing products to try. And we love using them.
Catherine was here. Catherine's from Canada.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hi, hon. I didn't know you were in here.
Petra's saying she loves the Angel White as well.
Yep.
Steph saying you're amazing. Amy's saying you're amazing.
Oh.
Lula's going on about Kindergarten Cop, I think, but there we go. I don't know why that's coming to the chat, but no, it's been amazing having you on. And if anybody, as I say, if anybody wants to, it's not scary. It's just a conversation, and we get to find out more about the people that come on.
I think if you're able to get in ahead of time and sit down and talk with Andy first, it helps.
Calm the nerves a little.
And the shot might have worked too. I'm just saying. Did you?
Dawn's saying she's seen your generosity to other channels and it will come back tenfold. So I agree. And again, if you've not checked out Laura's art, I'm going to give it a shout out now. So check out www.laurasartcorner.net.
You'll love it.
And if you're in the UK, email the cart. If you're in the UK, email Laura and she'll give you a special discount code.
Yep.
There we go. And I think, there we go. Lula's just shared it there as well.
Thank you, Lula.
When I'm on in September, I talk too much. So Dawn's coming on in September, which will be interesting. I'll have to learn a bit of Hawaiian. I think all I know is aloha.
September already?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing. And that's the thing. When I first started these lives, genuinely, I was worried about getting a guest for the next week. But now now they're getting a bit more popular and people are seeing that hopefully there's a bit of growth and they're not scary. We're getting booked up sort of 2-3 months in advance, which is amazing. And then some people swap their weeks and give me a bit more work to do, but let's not talk about that.
Thank you, Stormy. It was nice meeting you too.
You can't drive to Hawaii.
Nope, you can't drive to Hawaii.
No.
There's an
But no, I
ocean
think
between.
what part, Natalie's asking what part of Iowa you're in.
I am between Cedar Rapids and Iowa City. So, two big cities, but I'm in the country.
Yeah, Lula's saying the lives got popular after her interview, apparently. Probably, I don't know. But again, next year, what we're going to do is get people back on. So you're coming back on in a year's time, if not before. And we're going to see, do you know, it'd be interesting to see if your shop's grown over that period of time.
I've gotten more orders.
No, but I mean this time next year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really.
Because you've been on live, it'll be interesting to see if you get any more orders coming through.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, that's just another way that we can hopefully support you.
Oh, I saw someone said something about ragbri. Yeah, it's every year.
Yeah, here we go, sir. Ragbri.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's always hot, Tim. No, I'm just saying.
I don't know what ragbri is.
It goes from one side of Iowa to the other side.
Right. And what is it? Like a festival?
Like a week long of bicycling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And you stop in the towns. They have it all routed out. It's a different route each year. And it's a big party in each one of those towns. And they'll put you up if it's hot and you need a place to stay. Or some people just stay in the parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
But no, again, make sure you follow Laura as well, because she does some amazing art creations on YouTube as well. So follow those. What is your YouTube channel officially? Because it's LUsher250 something, isn't it?
No, that's Instagram.
Okay.
It should be Laura's Art Corner.
Okay.
Laura's Art Corner. Yeah,
so just search for Laura's Art Corner.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I think that's a wrap. So it's been great having you on. We'll probably talk more in the back end, I'm sure. And again, thank you for introducing us to some amazing products as well, because
awesome. Thanks, Andy.
Just that red has changed my life.
Yeah.
It has, genuinely.
Mine too. I love it. It's my favorite.
So, and I can now use red in resin and like it.
Look at all these red coasters. I mean, I like red. I'm more of a warm color. This one.
Yes,
started
lovely.
Out
like a peace sign in there.
And then look at that. Do you see the face? I did not put that
face
in there. It was actually in there, and then I just outlined it. And guess what? It looks just like my friend that's in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, his name is on YouTube, Paul Start Art, I think. It's been a while since.
Okay.
But he does acrylic pouring. And he's in Ireland.
I'll have to check him out though, because as I say, one of the things I want to do over the next 12 months, as well as resin, is do those acrylic pouring techniques, but just do them in resin and see what different effects we get.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But no, thank you to you for coming on. It's been great meeting you. Thank you to everybody in the chat as well. Please give it a thumbs up, share it, let's get it out there a little bit more if we can. Put something in comments. And we'll be here again next week. And we've got Tammy from Epoxy Me That. So that'll be an interesting live.
And I will be watching her with my friends. And where are we going? We're going to, the baseball field here. What's it called?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Wow.
You ever heard?
Is that where the baseball film comes from?
Yeah. Yep.
I saw the film. I remember the film.
Yeah. Well, now they've built it up and it's got a hotel and everything. They do baseball games there too, and tours. Yeah. So
that's amazing. So yeah, again, it's been amazing having you on. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everyone that watches these back as well. It means a lot. And again, thank you to Apex Resin as well for sponsoring the lives. Again, if you've not got yourself some resin from Apex as well, a few of you in the States have asked me about if they ship to the States. They do. It's a $30 flat rate shipping, which I think Laura will tell you is probably very cheap.
It's a good deal.
Especially because that's unlimited amount. So you can order like 10 liters of resin, and it's still only going to cost you $30.
Right.
So
might as well stock up.
Stock up and enjoy it. And again, if you want to go on Apex, all auras, in fact, you can use my discount code CCUK and you'll get yourself some money off. And thank you for doing that as well, Laura, and creating that discount code for people.
And then if they're international, they just send me an email and I will give them 15% off.
Brilliant. No. Well, let's hope you continue getting some amazing orders through. You've been amazing. And I think now people get to know you as well. Hopefully, they will get some orders in and try some of your pigments as well and powders, because they are magical. And genuinely, you will see the difference. If you're only using Temu products now and you try some of Laura's, you will see the difference. Trust me. So thank you very much. And we'll be back next week. Don't forget as well, every day for the next 30 days. It took me 2 days to edit these shorts. All you need to do is put hashtag CCUK Resin in the comments and you'll be entered into that free prize draw every day. And unfortunately, for the next 30 days, you're going to have a random live from me, a 15-minute live where I'm just going to jump on and pick a winner. So every day there's going to be a winner. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And we're all going to keep growing. So see you all soon.
Thanks, Lula.
See you later.